Hey, what's up? Tim Cant here. And in this video, I'm going to break down a track from my new EP, which is available to buy right now. So please check it out. That's right. Chronicle, Time and Space EP on Curvature, available on vinyl and digital. Please check it out. Okay, now we've got the plugs out of the way. Let's just look at the tune. It's a chilled out atmospheric roller in a, I think let's say, pretty good looking records influence style or whatever. Let's have a look at what we've got. Actually, I tell you what, I'll play you a bit of the whole thing before we start diving in. I'm gonna, on the master here, you'll see I've got an EQ. What am I adding here? Plus 0.36 dB, very important. I'll turn off standard clip and we'll just have a listen. Let's listen to the drop section. Let's hear how this sounds. Yeah, rolling, like real chilled out, smooth, utopian vibes or whatever. Let's see how that's made. So we're going to start with the beats. Of course, always the most important thing in drum and bass. Forget that at your peril. Now, what have we got here? This, I believe, is going to be Hot Pants. It sure is. Normally, I like to use the Hot Pants off Jungle Frenzy 1. What a banger. This time, though, I've opted for the one off one of the 0G data files. Sounds a little bit different. And I've done, you know, a little bit of processing on there. What have we got here? So let's have a listen. So there's a bit of choppage going on already. We can hear that there's, you know, kick and snare interplay. It's not just a straight two-step. Let's turn all of these off and hear how that sounds. Oh my goodness. Well, that to me instantly sounds kind of harsh and a beat that would be difficult to get sounding nice in the mix. So let's see what I've done to remedy that. So we've got Soothe 2 here. For me, Soothe 2 always comes out when I use the Hot Pants. Like, I mean, really, that was the reason I got the thing, was because, like, I knew that it could do wonders for my Hot Pants. So let's turn it on and see what it's doing. In fact, so let's play it and then turn it on. I mean, to me, that sounds a lot better. Look, I've got a massive depth of 9.5 on there, and it's just really taking out that harshness. So that's great. We don't need to worry too much more about that. Next one, we've got your Neutron Transient Shaper here. Again, you'll notice I do a lot of the same tricks in my tunes, but hey, if it ain't broke, let's hear how this works. So taking out a significant amount of room sound there. What have we got in the sustain? Minus 6.7. This is between like 200 hertz, 6 kilohertz. Okay, great. We understand what's going on here. Okay, I'm just taking the low end off. I mean, you can hear on the kick that's been weakened a bit or whatever. Maybe I could have gone a bit lower with the thing, but hey, in the context of the mix, I guess that was what was working. And then in the top end, I've got a little ducking here, and then I guess I've used this, brought this up here by 2.5 dB to kind of like remedy, like sort of taking out that bit, which, you know, I wanted to have in there. So let's hear how this sounds. Not a crazy difference listening on my headphones. Maybe it was a more dramatic difference on my speakers. Now, you'll notice these coloured sections on this Hot Pants track. And these are just like fills. And I've colour-coded them so I can see where all my different fills are going. Let's have a listen to some fills. Why not? Nothing too crazy there. Like some edits there where I've like muted little bits of it for a bit of a cut up sound. What's the purple? again, really nothing too crazy. I do believe somewhere I've got a bit of reverse action. Oh, that'll be here. So I've got a little B section here, and where it goes into a different beat, and then it comes back into hot pants. How does it come back into hot pants? Well, like this. Nothing too crazy going on there. I mean, I've just reversed it, and I moved the start point a little bit in to the, you know, what would be the transient if it was going the other way? Does that make any sense? That's just to make it sound nicer when it's playing in sync with the other beats. I'll set the scene for you a bit, guys. I've had a bit of a cold this week, and the other day I was feeling kind of under the weather, so I put some porridge on to cook, and then I promptly sat on the sofa and kind of zoned out and forgot about it. And then like half an hour later, I was like, why does it smell of toast in here? Why is there smoke everywhere? I had completely abandoned the porridge, totally forgetting about it, and it had boiled away into some kind of disgusting primordial bog. And since then, my house has stunk of burnt oats. So that's the kind of vibe in the situation that I'm dealing with at the moment. Just thought I'd clue you in on that stuff. Okay, so what else have we got apart from this hot pants? We got some rides. I mean, this sample's just called rides? Did I make it myself? Did I get it from somewhere? Who knows? It's just a basic flipping ride symbol. Look, we got a bunch of... Look, you've already seen me soothe Neutron Shaper and EQ this stuff. We don't need to worry about that there. What else have we got? Oh, okay. We've got BBS Amen 2, an Amen I've used a lot of times from Broken, Beat and Scratched. Big up Simon Harris. This is a kind of like light airy Amen, certainly when you've pitched up to D&B speed. As you can see, I've done here, no warping or anything, just speeding it up. Let's hear how this is sounding. I'll tell you what, I'll take all the goodies off there. Again, Soothe, Transit Shaper, EQ. That actually sounds pretty nice. But let's hear what I've done. I mean, I guess that's making a difference. Again, you know, just doing the same sort of stuff. Oh, I have used the... I've turned down the sustain on the high end there. That's a -7. That's -6.2. Actually, I've done more on the high end. That's interesting. And then some EQ. Oh, I'm taking out some of the harshness there, which I imagine I would have done because it's still playing alongside the hot pants. The hot pants has got a lot of high end energy in there. I guess it was clashing too much. But let's hear them play together processed. That's sounding nice. And in this tune, the Amen is very much playing the second fiddle. It's just literally providing an airiness, and it comes in on the drop. And it's a real subtle thing. You know, if you're a D&B producer, you probably recognize that characteristic ride swoosh when it comes in or whatever, but if you're not so much of a nerd, you probably don't even notice it or whatever. You just get a bit of subliminal, and then the rides come in, and that's it. That seems to be it for the main beats. But look, I've got this other section as well, which I'll go into more later, but we'll look at the beats for that now. Actually, let's get the breakdown. So in this tune we have a breakdown. Let's see how that goes down. So we get this ride coming in that would have been too much over these other very high-endy sort of beats or whatever. But this is nice, and it's bringing something new in, but it's really, you know, paring down compared to the drop section. So this is just a nice, you know, we're not immediately screeching to halt. We've just got this rhythm in here for a bit that fades out, so, you know, people can chill, catch the cold, fresh air or whatever. And then we go into this kind of like, the track kind of has a B section on the second drop, where it switches up to a bit of a different vibe. And we're using a bit of different beats. So what have we got here? Breakpoint 3, this beat is, and I believe this is Sing a Simple Song by Sly and the Family Stone. Now look, on this one, I did try some Neutron Transient Shaper, but it's deactivated, so I kept all that lovely room stuff in. In fact, let's just go ahead and delete that. We don't need it. We've got some EQ on here. Okay, a dB at 5 kilohertz. Nothing too crazy. Let's just hear how this beat sounds. Again, choppage. And this is, you know, we're changing up the texture of the sound from the regular section, and we're changing up the rhythm as well, keeping things interesting. Also, we're using the shaker loop on here, which seems to be being chopped up, like a rearrangement, or is that just the waveform looking different because it's zooming in and out? Whatever. There's shakers over the top and rides. And also, I think we've got a bit of think here as well. What's think doing? Okay, this is a bit more processy. Let's bypass these. So we've got regular think. And I will have programmed this to sit nicely with the Sly and the Family Stone. Transient Shaper doing its thing. Oh, hang on. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Let's try this. So this is really like neutering the beat quite a lot. Really taming that room sound. There we've got some RX 950. I mean, I think, yeah, this isn't a CD rep I've taken myself. I think this is from some sample pack I probably downloaded. Not often I would use breaks from a sample pack I downloaded, but this was a nice thing. And I've used some RX 950 to get a bit more of an Akai sound. Yeah, it's lo-fiing it and crunching it up a bit, which works well if you've got other elements that are providing the tops. And then, oh wow, okay, yup, adding a dB at nearly 4K there. Let's hear how all of these bad boys sound together. Yeah, you know, pretty different feeling. And then we switch back into the hot pants, and we'll look at that more when we look at the track structure. Okay, so we've got a beat. That's great. Quickly, we'll look at the percussion folder. Not much in here. It's a cymbal crash. And that is just used to kind of accent or punctuate the start of every 16-bar section. Nothing too crazy. EQ, delay. Bosh. Let's look at the music stuff now. I mean, looking at this all, you know, relatively organized here, looks like I kind of really knew what I was doing. That probably wasn't the case. In fact, I think I spent quite a while on this tune. I would have been doing a lot of experimentation, mucking around, having ideas that didn't work great, and then trying to come up with something better. Actually, we're not going to look at the melodic section. We're going to look in textures, which is where we've got the pads. Now, let's start from the start with this one. So we have Pad Balcony. Oh my goodness. That's right. It's a sample off my Atmospheric Pads sample pack. Why didn't you check it out? Tenner for 100 pads. What a bargain. I said the plugs had finished. I lied. Let's have a listen to this anyway. And what we'll do is we will bypass all these goodies on here. We'll just listen to this pad. Okay. It's a vaguely Blade Runner blues style pad sort of thing. I've got it crossfade looped, so it loops smoothly. Nice stuff. Then EQ. So, okay. Oh no, hang on, I've turned them all on. Really sorry, guys. It's been a long week. I'm still not well. Okay, so we just take out the low end here. Not doing a whole lot, but better safe than sorry. Okay, auto filter. Obviously, that's taking out loads of the high end. And we're just getting, you know, just real, kind of like just low mids even, delay. Adding a touch of stereo, because look, the thing is, the feedback for this delay is in like 2.5 kilohertz region. There really isn't even much of that coming through, so whatever. And then utility, I've just used that to automate the gain level. Okay, so that's the foundation of the music. Then what? Ah, Blue Beast. Hey, it's gospel musicians in full effect. Okay, that compressor's doing nout. We'll get rid of that. We'll bypass these sounds. What is the Blue Beast doing? I'm playing some chords. I'm playing an F minor 9. The gang's all here for that one, really. And then what? I move the third down so it's in the 7th position there. I guess. Let's see how this sounds. And look, let's bring up the interface as well, because I got the interface that looks like the hardware. So let's show it off. Okay, let's hear how this sounds. Oh, that is nice. It's Big Bud. It's classic Progression Sessions vibes. Yeah, hell yeah. And then what did I do? I just took out the low end. God, I do this every time. There are no words to apologise for this kind of unprofessionalism, but hey, thank you for sticking with me. Okay. Take out the low end. Makes naff all difference. Adding a phaser flanger. Okay, then we've got the stereo in there. We've got the kind of the slightly moist movement in there. And we're only adding to that with the ping pong delay. So yeah, you're journeying through space. Let's hear how it sounds with the original sample. Oh, that is nice. And then here we've got this reverse electric piano sound. Now, have a listen to this. And you know, okay, this time I'm gonna remember to not all unmute them at the same time. Look at that. Look, I've done it. Sick. What a genius. Okay, so this reverse electric piano thing, let's have a listen. I think that sound was used on that Appaloosa 12 on GLR. I can't remember if it's Chord Memory or Night Train is the one I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure that's... If not, these sound very similar, and I like this. So it's a bit like that reverse weather report sample that Portishead use. And this is kind of cool because it kind of like... It's a bit hooky, actually, where we come to look at the arrangement. We'll look at how all these sounds like come together to give us a bit of a melodic and rhythmic idea. But anyway, we'll look at the processing on this first. So what have we got? We've got EQ. Oh, I didn't even... Look, never mind. Okay, look, there's EQ. Take off the lights. Now we have an auto filter. This is doing something slightly more interesting because we're using a notch filter to just give us a bit of movement. It's automated. Oh, there you go. And so, you know, it's not just sounding like the inspiration. It's adding a little something to it. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Then, delay. No delay. It's time for delay. Sick. Didn't even put the ping pong on. Oh, and then some default setting, Pro R. Yeah, space in your face. Ooh, okay, what else have we got going on here? So that's the main pad. What's this, actually? Hang on. You might remember that pad as, I believe, being used on Delusions by JMJ and Richie. I think this is a splice sample. I don't know what the original synth that this comes off is. You know, I've heard this sound in various forms over the years, so I'm pretty sure it's a preset from somewhere. Look, I won't go, but look, it's EQ. It's phaser flanger. It's delay. Turn down a bit of the width on there. You get the idea. Let's listen to some stacked pads. So not a crazy amount of movement, but certainly more movement than just this on its own, which just sits there. Okay, and then I bring in Vox pads. Again, these from my sample pack. And these are just single notes. These aren't even chords. And I've just played them on different keys. So I've played this one on C and then D sharp, I guess. Let's see what's going on with these. In fact, I'll solo them. You know, it's 90s vibes. Let's listen to this bit. just real simple. It's 2 notes, but it adds a bit. Use those images to while up. Oh, that vocal is really hanging around for a long time. We'll come back to this when we look at the structure. So, okay, we've really seen a lot of the pads there. You know, I probably would have started with one sort of pad thing and then put some melody stuff over it before going the whole hog. I mean, it's really hard. I've got videos on my channel where I make tunes from scratch. So check out those if you want to see what a kind of workflow might be like in real time. But look, let's carry on and look at some melody stuff. So what have we got here? So I think this is like the first thing that comes in. Well, I can tell you it is because we can see the arrangement. And this is bounced, but let's listen to the original version. This is a lead sound. Zebra CM. Hey, Computer Music Magazine and Future Music Magazine have just closed. I'm pretty gutted, to be honest. I mean, I worked for FM since 1999 and CM since like 2002, I think it was 2002, 2003. You know, I've worked for FM in like four consecutive decades, which seems nuts. But yeah, I'm pretty gutted about it. So look, big up to all the readers and staff of FM and CM. Like, just a real big part of my life. But anyway, look, I'm not gonna get all distracted about that. Instead, we're gonna focus on the joy. I mean, I don't know how Zebra CM is going to be distributed. I mean, I hope it'll be made available going forward. I hope maybe he just like give it away on their website. I think that would be fantastic. It's a sick synth. I don't want it to be unsupported because I use it a fair bit. I'm sure this is like the second or third video I've brought this up in. But anyway, let's have a listen to CM. What have we got in here? We've got a clean plug. So look, let's delete any unused plugins. Let's get rid of this stuff. Let's have a listen to these clean plugs. Hey, it's a melody you could call naive, I think. This is a simple sound. It's just sawtooths with a bit of the Excite low pass filter on it. And then I put utility on there that is only taking the left channel. No idea why. EQ, you know, high passing, same. Compressor, make it a bit louder. I'm not really doing that much. Making it, man, this is a lot of really not very full on processing. Some delay, please do something delay. That first note really is very clicky. I don't really care. Don't really notice it in the mix. And then we've got some reverb. Please reverb, do something exciting. That's kind of spacey. Bright delayed synth space. Does what it says on the tin. So that melody comes in on the drop. Oh, and then we've got this rhythmic noise here. Let's see what this does. I mean, it's 2 notes. This is just adding a bit of atmosphere. Is there any more processing on there? No, there isn't. Okay, so those are kind of quote unquote melodies and stuff that don't really go anywhere. And they're kind of more there to just kind of like give the drop a bit of extra push. But we have some more substantial melodic stuff coming in. At least I think we do. Do we? Well, we've certainly got these beeps. Actually, these come in before the drop. Let's hear these beeps. Oh, now, yes. So this is the kind of hook of the tune, right? Let's have a listen to it on its own. So it's just a weird little techno-y noise. I mean, it brought to mind like Circuit, Reel to Reel, as sampled by Bookham on Atlantis remix. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. So let's hear it how it sounds with the other melodies. We'll just play the whole thing. So that just provides a little hook at the end of this quote-unquote melodic section, which doesn't sound like much on its own there, but I feel like in context it really works. In fact, let's have a treat. Let's just listen to all this stuff. So yeah, so what you get is, you get the little techno noise with the delay, then you get the reverse reverb, the reverse section piano thing, and it kind of gives you a little hook. It's almost like a fill at the end of that section, and you know, it keeps it interesting. So what else have we got in this section? I'm sure I had a bigger melody line in here. Whatever, let's just keep rocking, maybe it'll become apparent. Okay, we've got ARP sound. This is Serum. Yes, this is clearly sound I've made myself. It's just like a sign with 4 voices, and it's got a tight flipping envelope on it. All these effects that you've seen before. Let's not bother with looking at them again. And that's like a bit of a Moonchild kind of rising up sort of thing or whatever. Oh, and then we've got some vocals. Where's the first one that comes in? Is it? Okay. Now this is a kind of important hooky element as well, which is coming in the drop section on bar 49. Let's get rid of all. Look, as you can see, I've experimented with a few different bits and bobs here. Let's get rid of that. Let's silence these. Okay, let's see how this is sounding. So you can see that's a bit of a little vocal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unwarp it. So that's the original version. So it's sounding pretty different. So what I've done here is I've used Pro Warp algorithm. I kept the formants at 100. I'm keeping it 100. But I pitched it down, flipping 14 semitones. And I've tweaked the envelope. And this is giving it a real kind of process sound. But because the formants are up, it still sounds like sort of the same pitch as the original. Kind of. What else I've done here is, look, I've got some clip transition automation. And it's just taking up 2 semitones at the end. So it's creating a little kind of almost like an artificial feel on the end there and giving it a bit more of kind of, you know, melodic interest there. Let's get rid of this. So that's, you know, oh, actually, okay, let's put the effects back on. So what have we got? That does sound very quiet without the effects on there. So what we've got, analog chorus from the Sound Toys. Oh my god, look, I've really brought out... That's making it sound a lot louder, like kind of like bringing up that area. And then we've got all these old things you've seen before. So, you know, so that's another little jigsaw piece that, along with the kind of, you know, techie riff, reverse electric piano, that's kind of creating a rhythm here. What, we've got another vocal here as well. So, you know, that's a nice passionate vocal or whatever. It's like, hey, we're chilled out, but we still care. What else? We've got this. Yeah. I love a kind of R&B sounding vocal, something simple, you know, kind of like single tracked or whatever. This has just been pitch shifted. Let's have another listen. It's so nice. So yeah, I spend, you know, these days, like I've always like tried to collect like acapella 12s, CD singles with acapella tracks on. Love that stuff. These days I do a lot of splice digging because there's great stuff on there that hasn't been caned so much. And when I find vocals off Splice, I spend a long time looking for them and trying to find ones that really fit and really have a vibe. And then I will, you know, often I'll go in and like, you know, process them and stuff and everything. So, you know, I don't feel like Splice is like just like an easy thing. I think if you really want to get the most out of it, you do have to put some work in, Brittany. Okay, so what else? I mean, we've got like this. If you went to this disc, you probably wouldn't think it had so many bits and bobs in it. But it does. Well, so we've got like a different section here. Yeah, another vocal. That's got a bit of a clicky start. No fades for Timmy on there, whatever. What else is happening? It's just delayed vocal ad-libs, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, here's another little bendy melody thing. Oh, hang on. Okay. I mean, it's just a bendy synth. So basically, so this is presumably a bass patch that I played higher up. Yeah, sounds nice. It's a bit more interesting than just like a clean saw sound, which I would use often. Then more beep effects. We looked at the beep effects. Let's have another listen. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. It's just a sine beep. Let's not even bother thinking about it any more than we have to. What else is in this? Yeah, that's it. That's it for the melodies. I mean, we'll look at how they all work together when we go through the tune. But that's the main synths and melodies and the pads. But of course, where's the bass? Well, pretty boring. It's Serum. Hey, it's Tim, Mellow 808 Atmo. We've seen you before, buddy. And this is just a basic, pitch dropping. I've got LFO1 on the coarse pitch. I've got the... Oh, I'm using the velocity there? I'm surprised that I would do that. Anyway, so when I make a liquid D&B tune, I will generally have the sustain on my bass high, even if it's an 808. But for a more old school sound, I like to let the bass fade out or whatever and sound more percussive or whatever. It doesn't have to be so ramming in your face or whatever. Let's just listen to the blues section of this, which is like the main bass, I guess. And look, this is going to be a work of musical genius. Okay, we've got 3 notes. We've got the root, we've got the 7th, and then this is the 4th, is it? Or whatever. Let's listen. 2 bars. It's the most boring bass line you've ever heard, but in the context of the tune, it sounds alright. That's the thing. I think people get caught up, composing an element and thinking, wow, this sounds really boring on its own. I need to make it crazy. In context, you're not going to think, well, I hope you're not going to think that's a boring bass line. You're going to be enraptured by the tune as a whole. That's the idea anyway. So what we've got a slight bassline variation here. I mean, is that even a variation? Oh yeah, okay, so it plays left 1 fewer note on the D sharp there. I guess that stops you from getting fatigued. And then at the start of often I will put an impact noise. Well, hopefully a subtle impact noise at the start of breakdown. Here I think I've just gone for a bass note, which is cool and chilled and sits with the other thing. Actually, look, there's some flutes there. We haven't listened to these flutes. Is that this? Hang on. Air in Dime, what's this? Okay, that's the flute. What's this coming out of? It's Purity. I love romplers. And Purity is doing it this time. What's the patch? Air in Dimension. Great. And then we've got this other thing. So I think this is all happening in the B section. What is that? That's just... Oh, another Purity noise. It's just a squelchy synth. It's atmospheric. Playing 2 notes like an absolute champ there. Oh, God. Okay. I was supposed to be looking at the bass. Okay, so then in the B section, we're switching things up. So we've got the different beats here. We've got a different bass line that is just it's 2 notes. It's just playing F, in fact, F and an octave up. So this is just a bit of a chugger, this situation here. And then it goes back to the blue beat and the thing. So, wow, really not very complicated, this bass line at all. Oh, and then look, this time as well, we have the rise up, but it's not rising, it's descending. Very, very Moonchild. In this section, it's time to look at the effects, because we've got some different effects in this section. In fact, let's just look at the effects in the main section first. God, there's so much stuff in here. Oh, good lord. Writing tunes is hard. Okay. That's a nice noise. I think I truncated this. Oh, no, I didn't. One of them's truncated. Let's see which one it is. It's not going to be this one. Was that a different tune I'm thinking of? That's a truncated one. Whatever. Look, that's a swoosh, all right? You don't need me to handhold you on that. I love this sample. I feel like this is a cool hook. This is just a flipping splice sample. It's got some kind of feedbacky flange on it, I guess. I've added delay and reverb. Pretty original. It sounds cool, man. What is this? Oh, okay, this is the truncated noise. I'm not going nuts. So what does this sound like originally? Oh, good lord. Ironside in the place. Oh, good lord. Okay. So truncated that. Just have this bit. So you're just getting like a little... It's like a little squeaky dolphin mouse noise. And so those play during the intro and during the drop section. Oh, no, they don't. They don't play during the drop section. This is just intro stuff. What's this? CompuFX. Pretty subtle. What we've got some Supermassive on here. It's a free plugin, guys. Check it. And then building up to the drop. This is Splice, no doubt. Good stuff. A white rise. Just incredible amounts of creativity on display. Oh, and then before the drop, we also have a little bit of a vocal sample. Now, I like to keep my vocal samples secret. In fact, I'm not even going to click it so that I don't have to flick and blur out the screen when it says the name of the sample. Look, I'm just going to play it. I'm not going to dox myself by saying what it is. But hey, if you recognise it, why not show off in the comments? It's from a cool film. I think it's a little bit underrated. Okay, here we go.
What's it like on Earth?
Oh, it's beautiful. You're going to see many wonderful things.
Now, I'm pretty sure you can recognise that actor's distinctive voice. I've compressed it to make it nice and loud. Got some sound tones on here. Boards of Vermont doing some freaky stuff and some delay. And this vocal sample, you know, it's talking about how beautiful life on Earth is. And it is beautiful, people. We need to look after the planet. And I feel like this fits in with our kind of, you know, lush, utopian vibes. I mean, you know, generally I won't typically start a tune with a vocal sample in mind. I've just got a bunch of stuff that I've sampled off, mainly off movies and stuff or whatever, and bop them in. And I felt this really fit the bill. And, you know, and then helped set the tone for the rest of the tune. Okay, so those are the effects that are in the intro. What else is happening FX-wise? They're not really too much in this main drop section. Yeah, really not many effects at all. But then we have this other section where we get this. It's just some underwater goodness or whatever, taking it to the subaquatic realm. And then we've got, is this the breakdown? Oh no, okay, then we do actually, I'm sorry this is so disorganized. But this tune's got loads of tracks. So and then in this other section we got this noise, which is just like a garagey almost sort of beach cruiser preset off AX73, a synth I like. And you know we have a bit of interplay with that and this, with all the other noises going on. So, you know, I'll talk about this later when we come to talk about the arrangement, but, you know, we're just going through lots of different sections here. And then we have this section, the breakdown. Let's listen to this. Let's see how this plays out.
What's it like on Earth?
Oh, it's beautiful. You're going to see many wonderful things.
So we're going into a bit of a different section there. And in the background of this section, we've got some Atmos. Yes, mate. It's the RSPB charity shop double CD pack coming again. What have we got? Tufted Duck, mate. Yeah. Is this Boards of Vermont again? Yeah, it is. Hey, I'm nothing if not predictable. Look, I'm presumably adding a load of width here and then taking it away again. I don't know what I'm doing. So, okay. We got Protect Life on Earth because of the tufted ducks and the gorgeous noises they make. Actually, have I pitch shifted this around? No, I haven't. It's just the tufted ducks in their glory. And then in this second drop, we have this sound. We sound off the Roland D50 that I love. This is Dense Forest preset, and you might recognize this. I believe this sound was used on Voyager, Apollo. Big up P. Parsons, living legend. And then I play it an octave up. Creativity, mate. So what else happens in this section? We've got the intro effects back as well. We're recycling those. And we only get 16 bars of this. Let me play that again because I was chatting over it. So then we have just 16 bars of this variation Sly and the Stone break, and then we switch back into the other section. But we're not going whole hog just yet. We're going into some variant pads. Yup, it's spliced to the rescue again. Oh. That's a nice pad. What have we got here? That's got a vocal and a sweepy thing in there. I guess what happens? Oh no, it's not even pitch shifted or time shifted. Oh, it is pitch shifted out. It's not time shifted. Yeah, it's just a bit of a multi-element sample. And I guess that's all. Yeah, I remember originally I had a bunch more of other sounds in this section. And it was getting a bit too jazzy for the vibe, to be honest. So I got rid of it. But then we build back up. We're bringing it up. And we're back. We're back into, you know, the original kind of drop section style thing. And, you know, we're back to the blue bass line. And that's really it. And I guess what? So we've done the percussion, we've done think, we've done beats, we've done the bass, we've done the melodics, we've done the FX, done the Atmos. Yeah, oh, okay, what else is in? Okay, no, we've done all the Atmos, we've done all the text pads. Okay, that's great. Let's just have a little quick skip through the track and just hear how the arrangement works. So we'll just go, you know, I like to make my drum bass tunes around 60 bar sections. Makes it very easy to DJ. It's nice to listen to. Let's hear how it works. So we have the intro. Just rides, pads, and sound effects. There's a little bit of a rhythmic element there, so you could attempt to mix it in from that bit. I don't know if I would, but hey, it's only 16 bars until Hot Pants comes in. You know, we're building up the pads as well here. We've got this other pad coming in. The rides have gone, but, you know, the effects are still rocking. We've got our little hooky sounds to come in, so, you know, we're starting to tease, you know, these different elements that are going to make the track. Bar 33. More pad action. No more beats or anything. And then we're just building up to the drop. Let's hear the drop happen. You know, riser effects are important in this bit.
That's beautiful. You're going to see many wonderful things.
So notice that I don't have that techno stab playing over the vocal. It's all kind of dynamic. You've got the vocal sample happening, then you've got the stab, you know, then the white rise is peaking. So it's all there. All the sounds are working together and they're not fighting each other, basically. And then we're off to the races. You know, we've got our so-called melody coming in. Next 16. Adding the arps and vocals. And of course we already had that pitch shifty vocal there, whatever. Then, next 16. And this is where these things come in. We've got some different synth melodies going on. And we've changed the bass. Oh, we haven't even changed the bass line yet. But look, so it's all these like little changes or whatever that just help keep the tune rolling. And then in this section we get kind of like a bit garagey or whatever. We bring this sound in. And we've got all this purity stuff going on as well. And then it's into the breakdown. And it's just a 16 bar breakdown. Then we have kind of like this B section. And then, as we saw earlier, bringing the hot pants in, we've got, you know, we've got another musical vibe going on here, but then it's back straight to the thing, and just it's the same as last time. I haven't even like changed it up or whatever. And then, yeah, just again, you know, all this 48 bars are just the same. And then we're paring things down a bit. We're at the point where we're stripping elements out now. And then on the last 16, the bass is out. It's just pads and beats, really. And you know, that makes it hopefully nice and easy to, like, you know, mix into another tune. I mean, you could you could mix out a bit earlier if you want to take your life in your hands. But hey, that's it. That's life on Earth. You know, it's a pretty straight up atmospheric D&B roller, but I feel like, you know, I'm pretty happy with how I've got some interesting sounds in there. I feel like there's, you know, a bunch of hooks in there to, you know, make it nice and interesting to listen to, hopefully. So hey, look, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please check out the release. Big up to Curvature ASC for sorting this all out and everything. I flipping love making atmospheric drum and bass, guys. I'm so happy that, you know, the scene is kicking. So yeah, just big ups for watching. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you later, all right? Ta-ta.